Welcome to Chop Rich's Japanese Language Training Center. We provide an online tutorial for people who aspires to work in Japan. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to keep you updated on our lessons to help you master Japanese language in no time.
Konnichiwa, hello. Since you've already known a few words, actually not a few, a lot of words in Japanese, let's start by constructing sentences. So let's start with the basics. So let's discuss lesson 1 featuring ha and des. Again, it's ha and des. Hajimemashou. Alright, so for our first topic in lesson 1, it's noun 1 wa, noun 2 des. Again, noun 1 wa, noun 2 des. So this is the most basic Japanese sentence that you'll be constructing. So we have wa or ha and des. Let's discuss ha first. So particle ha or wa actually, so indicates that the noun before it, which is N1, is the topic of your sentence. So the speaker forms this sentence by adding wa to what he or she wants to talk about, and then makes the statements about it. So remember, N1, alright, or the noun before your wa is your topic. So let's see an example. Okay, rei. So rei is example in Japanese. Watashi wa maiku mira desu. Again, watashi wa maiku mira desu. Or in English, it's I'm Mike Miller. I'm Mike Miller. So watashi is I, am, wa, and then of course Mike Miller goes for maiku mira desu. So if you're gonna ask me what does wa stands for in English? Alright, wa is actually your is, as, is, are, was, and were. Did you understand? It's the is, are, was, were, am. Alright? So, isn't it Japanese easier? Because if wa stands for is, are, was, were, and am, that means that you don't need to figure out if you're gonna use a singular or a plural particle if it's in Japanese. And also you don't have to think if it's in a present or a past tense because wa would stand for all of is, are, was, were, and am. So in Japanese, you don't need to figure out if it's a singular or a plural. Just use wa. And then of course note that the particle ha is read as wa if it is in a sentence or if you will be using it as a particle. Wakarimashita ka? Alright. So in this sentence, of course, watashi is not only the subject that you can use. I'll give you a few other Japanese nouns that you can use for these sentences. Okay, so other subjects that are in Japanese is of course we have the watashi or the I, anata or you, kare, he, kanojo or she, karera, wa, or them is, them are, okay, and then watashi tachi for we, and of course other people's name. So all of this, even if it's singular or a plural, you can all use wa. Spelled as ha but pronounced as wa. Remember that. Now, let's move on to this. What is this? If watashi wa my kamera desu is watashi for I, am for wa, my kamera is my kamera, what is this? Or what is this doing in that sentence? So nouns with this works as predicates. So besides indicating judgment or assertion, this is also used to show politeness towards your listener or the one you're talking to. So remember, if you want to be polite in your sentence, you have to or you can add this to show politeness. For example, 私は会社員です. Again, 私は会社員です. Or I am a company employee. Okay. So this sentence, you can also use this not just by introducing your name, introducing other people. You can also use this to state your nationality or your job or your work. Let me show you an example. So this one, 私は先生です. Again, 私は先生です. So sensei is a teacher in Japanese. And then another example would be 私はフィリピン人です. I am a Filipino. So let me teach you a thing or two about this Jin thing. So Jin, okay, you can add this to the country's name in Japanese to show citizenship. For example, in this example of ours, we have Nihon for Japan. And then of course, you already know that this kanji stands for Jin. So when you put them together, Nihon for Japan, then Jin, we have Nihonjin. Again, Nihonjin. That means Japanese. And then Philippine for Philippines, like the sentence that I used earlier. This is how you spell Philippines in Japanese. So it's Philippine. And then of course the kanji for Jin or for a person. So we have Philippine Jin. Now the Philippine and the person becomes a Filipino citizen. And then for America, which is of course America or the United States, and then the kanji for Jin, when you put them together, we have America Jin. Okay? America Jin. Now be careful, don't Americanize the words. I know that when you want to say an American citizen, you say American. Okay, but it's different in Japanese. You say America Jin, not American Jin. Like for Italian, so Italy for in Japanese is Italia. So if you want to say an Italian person, it's Italia Jin, not Italian Jin. Italia Jin. Just use the name of the country in Japanese plus Jin. Actually, it's much easier than in English. Okay, that's going to do it for today. Be sure to subscribe and like our channel so you could be updated on our Japanese lessons. Alright, see you on the next topic. Bye!